I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. Look, I expect to be persecuted for striving to be a godlike savage, and I want to make it clear unto everybody that I am in no way, shape, or form ever have I claimed to be a prophet, and nor have I wanted to be a prophet anyway. But I do understand that speaking the truth into being can sometimes get you persecuted. In fact, I am fully aware that Jesus' own people sentenced him to the cross. So I am understanding the types of things that are happening right now and the level of discourse that is happening. And I genuinely think that there's a lot of things that we need to discuss for sure on these kinds of serious topics. But I'm also wanting to let everybody know that I'm not religious, I'm ritualistic. And what I mean by that is that I don't see religion as something that we should condemn necessarily, because I value the traditions and the principles and everything like that, but I do not think that religion is something that has proven to be a sustaining guidance for people in general. The Bible has been a profound shaping of society, and the Bible, of course, is a living document. I think the fact that too many people take it far too literally is going to be an issue for them, because their hearts become hardened and their necks become rigid, and they become like the Pharisees that Jesus was Jesus was trying to spiritually fight. And that leads me to a verse, Matthew 5, 10, and 11. It says, "Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." The kingdom of heaven is already here. And what I mean by that is we're God's people have been chosen to be active participants in the creation of the kingdom as well. God's kingdom is already here. We have just yet to build it. You cannot think about time linearly when it comes to God. You cannot think about time as something that happens forward when it comes to God. Because if God is omnipresent and omnipotent, then God can be anywhere at any given time. And I'm saying that he can be, right? Not that he is or that he isn't. I'm saying that that's the logical conclusion if we were to follow that to its end. That's what we would say. And I'm not saying that it is or it isn't, or that it should be, that it shouldn't be. It is what it is. However, I also think that we must really take a good hard look at ourselves and, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I don't think anybody should just listen to what I have to say and automatically think that it's going to be the best thing ever. Because I know I'm a flawed human being. I know that I don't have all of the answers. And I know that only God has some of the answers that anybody's looking for. And sometimes those answers are not even going to be given unto us. So the fact that there have been so many people recently that have been thinking that I'm trying to be something that I'm not, I want to simply address this, because you yourself, if you're watching this video and you're striving to bring the truth into being, you're going to have something very similar happen to you. And this isn't the first time that this has happened. This isn't going to be the last time, I'm sure, either. And I'm positive that the level of discourse is only going to increase in intensity for the duration of my life, insofar as I'm on the front lines of the spiritual war that we are participating in. Ultimately, I'm about unity. I'm about prospering. I don't care. I really don't care who you are as far as like what level of societal class or like how attractive you are, like what your credentials are. If you just are a good person and you're striving for the good, the beautiful, and the true, even if you miss the mark, because we're all going to miss the mark, I don't think that that's somebody that we ought to condemn. I do think that it's important to stay, to stay away from worldly people as much as we can, but I also think that there might be instances in which the worldly people are yearning for spiritual nutrition and they just haven't met somebody like yourself. And you might be the person to introduce them. You might be the person to introduce them to the Word of God. And the Word of God is not strictly the Bible for me. And I'm not saying that, like, the Bible is not the only source of truth. And I think the Christians that think that way are very, very misguided. And I think that, in fact, the reason that they are misguided is because how foolish can you possibly be to think that the only source of information that you can possibly get that is only the truth is only in one book? Really? Really? Have you ever... What about any other story ever? And I'm not even saying that the Bible's a story. I'm just saying that... Because the Bible's a living document. But what I'm saying is that there have been stories such as Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, which scream truth. In some instances, more so than certain passages I've read in the Bible. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm not negating or devaluing the Bible in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is that there are certain forms of truth that can be revealed to us, whether it's in art, in music, in other forms of expression apart from the book. And again, I'm not degrading the book in any way, shape, or form. But to think that that's the only source of truth, I think, is to completely misunderstand what the whole point of the Bible is. The Bible is not supposed to be the only truth. Who says that? Like, who could possibly say that and with a straight face and genuinely believe it? It's kind of, you could liken it to the people that are Muslim and say only the Quran is truth, like only Muhammad is the last prophet. I don't agree with that in the slightest. At all. Again, I'm not saying I'm a prophet, but to think that, oh, this is it, like we've got the one truth, we're done. Good. Have you seen the universe? Like, it's not done. We're not done, ladies and gentlemen. We're not done. Otherwise, we would be done. We would be done. But life is a process. Life is its own goal. And there's just so many things to learn. There's so many possibilities and crevices to life that we have yet to embark on and take an adventure with. And yet if you want to, like, you can believe what you want. But I'm going to ensure that the people that are on this channel are receiving, to the best of my ability, insightful information that helps them physically, emotionally, and spiritually reach to their highest levels and be empowered to prosper. I am simply here to show you a door. Whether or not you want to walk through it is up to you. I'm not going to force you to do anything. But I refuse to let people try to cast my name in a negative light because they can't handle what they're looking at. That's on you. That's not on me. I'm calm. I'm cool. I'm collected. I could talk to anybody. I can disagree with anybody. I can agree with anybody if it's in regard to the truth. And ultimately, I'm about the truth. Spirit and truth. John 4:24. Those that truly worship God worship in spirit and truth. It's about the heart, your soul, and your connection to the divine through that. And I've given God my heart, my mind, and my body, my soul. And I will continue to do so for the rest of my life.